the gospel of the Lord.
For God is in all things. Every single creature is filled with God and is a book about God. Amen. Well, thanks for coming. So here we are, right? This is the Sunday after Easter. It's kind of quiet, isn't it? Kind of a quiet Sunday compared to Easter Sunday, right? And it's the perfect atmosphere for today's gospel story. Because in the story, Jesus, the risen Jesus, breathes the Spirit on his disciples. He breathes the Spirit. So there's no loud noises, no fanfare, not thousands and thousands of people, just Jesus and the ones he cared about the most. Well, not the most, but the ones that he cared about and who were with him. Just this gentle, simple breath. And that's how they received the Spirit. So for me, in this story, the story is about the Spirit as this gentle, gentle presence. It's a gentle presence, yet it transforms us into people capable of considering forgiveness as a way of life. Simple, gentle, like a breath, but yet capable of transforming us into people who at least consider forgiveness as a way to live. And I think to myself, forgiveness, ugh. I am not good at forgiveness, man. I'm not gonna lie. I am not good at it. I like the retaining side that he talked about, right? Just holding it, holding grudges. Isn't that great? Such a great feeling. I like to have hold it over on people, you know? Isn't that a great feeling? Yeah, it's only great until it's not great anymore, right? And then it's harmful. See, it's like today, though, okay? I got to forgive somebody today. Of all days, I've got to forgive somebody today. I mean, Jerry. Of all the nerve, this is his last Sunday. This is his last Sunday, and I got to forgive him for leaving. Right? Because I got to forgive him for it. I can't hold on to it. No matter how much it hurts, I got to forgive him. And it does hurt when someone you love has to leave, doesn't it? When someone I love leaves, it hurts. But the truth is this about forgiveness. Forgiveness means acknowledging the hurt, but not letting the hurt destroy the relationship. Acknowledging the hurt, but not let the hurt destroy the relationship. That's what forgiveness is about. But it's hard. I mean, all I have to do is look around me. And when I look around and listen to what's happening in the world, what I see is that I'm not the only one who struggles with forgiveness. In the world, it seems that people see forgiveness as just weakness. Like you're weak if you forgive. And yet the truth is what we all know. Forgiveness isn't weakness. Forgiveness is strength. The strength to feel the hurt, to acknowledge the hurt, but to say, my love for you is stronger than the hurt. See, that's why I need people who understand that forgiveness is strength. I need people like that around me so I can see it. This can't just be a theory. When Jesus came, he didn't go in there and say, you have to forgive. He didn't say that. He said, if you do, it will happen. And if you don't, it won't. All right, so thinking about a picture of somebody who has this kind of strength reminds me of a woman named Rosa. I read about Rosa in a book. And Rosa lives in South Central LA, and she has 3, maybe 4 children, I can't remember. And one of her children, a male, and I can't remember his name, was a lot of trouble. Three of them just seemed to be able to live life and do well, but one was having a hard time. And he got in and out of gangs, and he was in and out of prison, and in and out of violence, and all that goes with that. And so she had a strained relationship with him at times, but she loved him so much. And one span of time, he was out of prison, and he was working, and he was trying the best that he could to not get back into a life that would lead him back to prison. And he was doing pretty well. But he was standing outside of their apartment building with some other guys one day, and some people came by in a drive-by shooting and killed him. Well, actually, they didn't kill him right away. At first, he was taken to the ICU of the hospital, and they did what they could. And he was alive for a while. And every day that he was alive, she went and visited him. And there were tubes coming out of everywhere. And she had to deal with her own sense of guilt for maybe not being the kind of mom she really wanted to be to him. And she had to deal with the hurt and the pain she had over the people who shot him. And she was having a really hard time. And understandably, she couldn't forgive herself, and she couldn't forgive the people that shot him. Well, like I said, her son ended up dying, and she lived for months and even years just with that hurt and that hate and that guilt. And she lived with it, and she lived with it. Fortunately, she started meeting with a group of people at her local church, her parish, and they were mothers who went through a similar thing as her. And they would meet weekly, and weekly they would talk about their pain and what they went through, acknowledging it over and over again. And then finally, somebody was speaking one time about her son being shot. And Rosa, after she was finished, said, okay, that's it. I just don't want one more mother to feel the way that I feel. And her forgiveness started. And that's the way it works, at least in my life. Forgiveness is a process that helps us move forward into life. And not forgiving keeps me and whoever doesn't forgive stuck. But the thing is, it takes as long as it takes. Now we're getting ready to baptize this beautiful, beautiful baby. And of all the things that we can offer this baby today, forgiveness is one of them. Say to him, right? Sorry, just want to make sure. Hey, come and live with us and try to live out of that place where we can forgive ourselves, and maybe even we can forgive those who hurt us. And discover that it really is a better way to live. Amen.